going to have to think of a better way, a different way. Maybe it's better. I don't know. You tell me. Of how I address, I don't want to use the word incompetence. You see, it's just natural. It just happens. I get aggressive. I get angry. The actions of leaders in our party, Democrats, Chuck Schumer, types like this, Hakeem Jeffries, they're missing the moment as far as I am concerned. And the reason I think I need to modulate myself, just kind of alter my approach, is because I do believe they want what's best for the country. I don't think Hakeem Jeffries is a bad guy. I don't think Chuck Schumer is a bad guy. I think they have in their hearts what they think is what's best for the country, and how to they have ultimately a similar version of the country that they want to end up at. They just have a circuitous route that I don't like. So having said that, let's move forward, and forgive me if I get upset and pissed off at what I see as a failure in leadership from both of these dudes. In this case, it's Chuck Schumer on Meet the Press. And he was asked about the calls for him to resign and step aside and let someone else step in. If he can't lead, let someone else do it. He gave Donald Trump what he wanted with this budget vote. He allowed them to run roughshod over him, even though he is the minority leader in the United States Senate. It's a different thing than the House. The minority has power in the United States Senate. It's akin to the thing you're hearing all over the place about when Democrats are in power. They say, well, the filibuster, we can't get things done that we want to get done. Republicans, because they have power here. And then when they're out of power, they use the same excuse. Oh, well, we're in the minority. We have no power. Just ceding all of this dominance to the Republican Party. It's a problem. And so am I upset? Do I think Chuck Schumer should resign? Yes. He doesn't maybe have to resign his seat. I mean, that would be great. But resign as minority leader. Let someone stand in the gap and actually do the job. There are people who are fighters. Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders. I mean, there are people who could step in, who have institutional understanding of the processes and the procedures of the United States Senate. You don't want some green Alyssa Slotkin in there. You want somebody who knows what they're doing. So he's on Meet the Press yesterday. And he's asked about this. And you probably maybe already seen it, and you're here to hear what I have to say about it maybe. But he gives the most batshit insane strategy laid out. Like he, again, has power. And instead, he says, well, here's my plan. Here's my strategy, Kristen Welker. We're going to wait till 2026, and they're going to feel real dumb. And if you think I'm kidding, if you think I'm exaggerating, I'm not. Watch this.
Yeah, to that point, I mean, some Democrats are saying they want leadership to show more fight in this moment. They think that's what's required. You were, of course, instrumental in urging President Biden to drop out of the 2024 race when he himself wasn't convinced. I've had conversations with Democrats, Leader Schumer, who say this moment feels very similar. Are you making the same mistake that President Biden did?
No, absolutely not. I did this out of conviction. And look, in my caucus, we have a disagreement as to, some people voted one way, some people voted the other. But we've all agreed to respect each other because each side saw why the other side felt so strongly about it. And our caucus is united in fighting Donald Trump every step of the way. Our goal, our plan, which we're united on, is to make Donald Trump the quickest lame duck in modern history by showing how bad his policies are. He represents the oligarchs, as I said. He's hurting average people in every way. And we are, through oversight hearings, we're exposing what he's doing. Through the courts, which I mentioned, we've had some real success in. Through legislation, and through organizing in all the districts throughout the country. So that I believe that because the Republicans are already nervous, a lot of them said don't hold town hall meetings. I believe by 2026, the Republicans in the House and Senate will feel like they're rats on a sinking ship because we have so gone after Trump and all the horrible things he's doing, and they will know it, see it, hate it, and act on it.
Let me ask you about something former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said on Tuesday about your decision. She said, quote, "I myself don't give away anything for nothing." And I think that's what happened the other day.
Chuck Schumer thinks that he's going to shame Republicans, that they will feel shame about what they've done. Have you been paying attention, Chuck, at all for the past how many years? It is a wild time in American history in this moment when I am looking to Nancy Pelosi, a woman who's never seen a stock trade she didn't get giddy about, when I'm praising her for her position, when I'm praising her for her stance, when I'm praising her for her strategy moving forward. That's a hell of a quote, juxtaposed against what Chuck Schumer is telling you. She says, "I myself don't give away anything for nothing," and I think that's what happened the other day. That's Nancy Pelosi saying that, versus Chuck Schumer, who says, our plan is to make Donald Trump the quickest lame duck in modern history by showing how bad his policies are. I believe by 2026, the Republicans in the House and the Senate will feel like they are rats on a sinking ship. By 2026. He means October, November of 2026 during the campaign. So it's not like January of 2026. It's not just 1 year away. We're talking about 18 months or so away. That's when the plan will finally come to fruition for Chuck Schumer. Some people are made for a moment. Some people are procedural masterminds. They understand how to get around this or that, and the procedures and the arcane rules of the United States Senate. That's Chuck Schumer. He's not a wartime consigliere if you've watched The Godfather. He's not made for this moment. He's just not. It's not to say he's a bad guy who has a bad heart, who doesn't care about what the outcome is. He just doesn't have it within himself to be a fighter. I don't know why my face is so itchy today. I was at a protest at the Treasury Department a couple months ago, protesting Elon. And Chuck Schumer was there. And he gave his whole, when we fight, we win, we will win, we will win. And it was all lip service. Because when it came to fight, when it came to show what his fight was, he voted through Donald Trump's budget, along with a bunch of other moderates. Now, I may have called him a turncoat. I may have called him a coward. I don't think he's a turncoat. I don't know if I did call him that. It's just something that sounds like something I would say. And I think I probably said coward, and I believe that to be true to a degree. There's some cowardice. There's some fear here. There's certainly not metal. There's not steely-eyed grit on the part of Chuck Schumer. Again, when Nancy Pelosi's calling you out, come on, brother. Anyway, what do you think out there? I'd love to know. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Please consider helping produce these videos with me. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Both great ways to help support this work, and I'd appreciate it very much. Anyway, I love and appreciate you so much. Your activism, your organization, your concern for making things better, and for putting up with me. That's always a good time. Or maybe not. I don't have to put up with myself. I am myself. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.